Let's see who we got here. What up, Monk? What's going on? I thought OSU had it. Honestly, OSU probably had the better team, but when Dobbins dropped that pass in the end zone, and he didn't complete the catch, and then when he dropped that screen, that was six. So that's 8 points they left on the board. Just with those 8 points, they still win. And then once he got hurt, it changed it up too. He won, but that could have been Clemson. But Jordan Gibbons, the refs, stop it! Don't come with the refs now, OSU. Don't come with the refs. We don't want to hear that. What's up, Susan? You? Let me turn my phone on silent. Jeremy says he doesn't feel bad at all, even though some calls didn't go their way. Yeah, I mean, they had enough chances to win. If Dobbins, they really should have been up 24-0 in that game. Like, as far as OSU's physicalness, play calling, it was all on point, but they didn't execute at some points. The roughing the kicker, or roughing the punter, just little stuff like that. It eats you up in close games. Oh, it ain't nothing, Susan. I mess people's names up all the time on mistake. Let's see. Ross Hickson, I was in live chats during the game, and all I heard was refs. And it's funny because they were all on here before, and we were talking about the refs, and y'all bringing up the refs, and it ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun and the situation done changed. But the refs' calls weren't really bad calls. Dobbins, that was a drop. Like the ground, the ball hit the ground. I appreciate the super chat, Susan. You, happy holidays to you too. But the ball hit the ground, and then he tried to make it look like he caught it. He should have, when he drove, he should have tucked it. But and then the targeting on Trevor Lawrence, he lowered his head. I mean, he targeted him. It's just what happened. But when things like that happen, you have to be able to band back together. And they did. OSU could have won that game. They just miscommunication between the quarterback and Fields and Olave. I mean, they were in position to win. Tim Bolin says, why are Michigan fans so happy about this for OSU? Makes no sense. I would be rooting for Michigan if they were playing. No reason except for these comments. Hey, bro, I picked Clemson to win. But honestly, y'all outplayed them for most of that game. Y'all should have blew them out if I'm gonna be 100 about it. But I thought Clemson would have won, but y'all hit them in the mouth. I ain't gonna lie and not gonna front. Y'all hit them in the mouth. I was at home at my pop's house. I was in Memphis watching the game at my pop's house. He's got a huge projector, and we were watching it. And y'all, we were like, because we both picked Clemson. We were like, man, Ohio State is not playing. But it's a 4-quarter game. It ain't make no difference if y'all won or they won. To me, it ain't like we won something. But I told y'all that boy Joe at LSU, whoo, he's something serious. Let's see. Anthony Johnson, Ohio State should have won last night, but they choked just because they are superior elite team does not mean they cannot have the choking moments. Yeah, you can say they choked because they really should have blew them out. Clemson showed the heart of a champion. You can get breaks from the refs, but that don't mean you gonna make a hell of a comeback. Like they could have got that targeting call and did nothing with it. Instead, they scored touchdowns, And then even when OSU took the lead, Clemson comes right back and scores in like 40 seconds or something? Like they scored so fast when they hadn't been moving the ball like that all game. Like they scored so fast. And then OSU got back down the field fast too. They just made the mistake. Fred Jameson never understood that because the rest of their state sucks and they're top of the garbage. DA says Bama's O-line is going to push us off the ball the same way as OSU did. That's a fact, bro. I talked about that in my regular video I recorded. Ain't nothing changed for Michigan as far as our defensive line. Our defensive line is small. Our D tackles are the size of D ends. And they're going to get pushed around against Bama. Like that ain't going to change. But it's up to Don Brown to try to come up with a scheme to help them. That's if you can. When you're just small up front, it's almost nothing you can do. Your only hope is if you got like a safety that's a boss and will just come up and stop them once they do break through the line and get past the linebackers and stuff. If you got a safety that'll come up and keep a 20-yard gain to a gain of 6, to a gain of 7, instead of a 50-yard gain. And we really don't have a safety that's going to come up and lay that wood like that. Like, you just not going to be able to get past him. Once you break the line, he making a tackle. A Bob Sanders type. If any of y'all, if y'all watched the Colts with Peyton Manning, his first year, when he first got his Super Bowl, their defense was garbage. Bob Sanders came back. This is a safety, and turned their whole defense around because he would come up and be laying that wood. But we don't have nobody like that. Lulu, there go Lulu. I appreciate it. Hit the like button, y'all. Everybody hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, man. Just subscribe. Just do it. Just do it. Let's see. Big Brother says the refs didn't make Fields throw a pick or Dobbins drop wide. Exactly. So it's different. The only questionable call where I would say was what's the dude's name? Hicks or whatever. The wide receiver, it looked like he caught it and then their corner stripped it and then they took it to the house. But then again, when we were watching it in slow motion, the replays, and we're like, oh, that's a catch. But then he was like, in real time, that's not a catch. So because they have their own ref, a former ref on the announcing crew and stuff. Once he started talking about it, he was like, it's not a catch. I'll turn that over. And then they did. So let's see. Ross Hickson says, you think if Michigan runs up tempo, no huddle, and play a tight game, they can pull off a win? Michigan going to have to play a hell of a game to win this game. Just on the fact of our defense, Don Brown's scheme is liable to give up 50 points. It's just a fact because Bama's going to run the ball, and even if they don't run it, they're going to know he's going to be so blitz happy and wanting to do his all-man blitz where Metellus or I'm not sure if Brad Hawkins will be back. They're going to be on a wide receiver, and he's going to blitz. Bama's going to pick up that blitz knowing he's going to blitz, and they're going to get it to one of those wide receivers, and they're going to be counting their points. But they're going to be counting their points while the ball in the air. Because Don Brown is so predictable. That's the problem with him. He's so predictable. Like, When you're that predictable with your man blitz, your blitz and your man, you're gonna get exposed. You just can't. Just like somebody was saying, Clemson's scheme looks like kind of like ours. The difference is Clemson is running tons of zone. I saw very few just regular man coverages with them, and when they did, they got burnt. Olave burnt them. So you can't just run man all game and man blitz. Now zone blitzes and running zones, it's harder to get beat. Those are bend but don't break defenses where you're gonna have to steadily get yards. You saw once they stopped Dobbins' run, once Clemson slowed down Dobbins, then the game changed. Then it was like, okay, now you got to drive the field. Let's see. Mark Dudley says, who had it in them to put up 49 against USC? I didn't think that. But with Michigan on offense, now with a game like this, it's probably going to be high scoring. And I've said this for a while now. We might score some points, but it's going to be those drives, those 3-and-out drives we have, those drives where Shea will do something crazy or a rookie mistake, whether that's throwing a pick, whether that's a fumble, whether that's trying to escape a sack and he gets an intentional grounding, which is a loss of down, and you lose those yards. Those are bonehead plays. He's prone to making one or two of those plays every game. Even if he plays lights out, he's going to make one of those mistakes. So that's why I can't. That's why it's going to be hard for us. Because Shea, even when I've seen him play great against Michigan State, he threw that pick late, a ball he shouldn't have thrown. Against Notre Dame, he tries to throw it with his left hand backwards. Luckily, it went out of bounds. Like, even when he plays great, he makes these bonehead crazy plays. So that's why he's played well, but even when he plays well, if it's a shootout, plays like that will get you beat. Subscribe and hit the like. Lulu, I need to. I'm about to send you a donation, Lulu. I'm about to send you a donation. I appreciate you because I get so caught up in talking, I forget to tell people to like and subscribe. Let's see. Is Michigan in the Midwest version of USC, two blue blood programs that won't live up to expectations because of bad coaching? You could say that, but USC had their run with Pete Carroll, where they might have had one of the best couple teams in history, maybe, with Matt Leinart, Jarrett, Lindell White, Reggie Bush, Taylor Mays, and all them boys. They had NFL players everywhere. They just had NFL dudes everywhere. So they had a run in the 2000s, so just like Texas. Now the Texas might be closer because they only got one championship out of that little run they had. They got one with Vince Young. Then Colt McCoy had them winning too, but they went to the championship. They went undefeated that one year and went to the championship against Bama, and Colt McCoy got knocked out like the first series, and they just lost. So, Colt was a beast that year too. I thought they were going to beat Alabama. But so they got one with Mac Brown in that little run he had. They only got one championship. So Texas, you could say Texas is kind of like more like that, but it's all kind of the same, expectations, programs that get a lot of revenue, bring in tons of revenue. USC, Texas, us, we're all of us bring in tons of revenue, but you got to get the right coach, the right recruits, the right system. And if you can get lightning in a bottle and have like a senior-led team, you got to maximize that. Like I've said this before, 2016, that was our year. That was our year to change everything. Harbaugh's second year, team full of juniors, seniors, tons of NFL talent. That was our year to make the Big Ten champ, beat OSU, make the championship, and make the playoff. That team was that was a team that could change the culture for who knows how long. Because you're gonna get recruits seeing, okay, that's Harbaugh's second year. They're gonna be like, okay, Harbaugh's doing something here. I'm going to Michigan. Then you're gonna start getting those recruits. But even better recruits. People act like we get horrible recruiting classes. Our recruiting classes aren't that bad. They really aren't. We might have a year where we drop down. Like this year, I think we dropped down to like 15 or 17 or something like that. But we've been in the top 10. I was arguing with somebody on Facebook earlier about our recruiting classes in Clemson. They're not that far apart. I think over the last 5 years, Clemson has one more 5-star than we do. Besides this year, where they're number 1, 2020. But those players aren't on these teams. Those are recruits for next year. So you can't even say, oh, that's why. No, that's not why. The difference is they have a system. They find players that fit their system. They don't run a gimmick scheme on defense. That gimmick, Don Brown's gimmick scheme is trash. I'm just gonna be real. It's trash to me. It's trash. So that's just part of it. Now Harbaugh, and then when people try to talk about the thing that I liked about Harbaugh, that he's stubborn, but he's slowly to change. Now he's changed to Gaddis, which I like. I like that. But you found your offensive coordinator. Don Brown ain't gonna get it done, Harbaugh. If you wanna win the Big Ten, win championships, you got to get you a good defensive coordinator that's not running a gimmick scheme, that doesn't just beat up on bad teams that we would probably beat anyway. You need a defensive coordinator that can beat Wisconsin, Penn State when they're good, not when they're on a down year. When you have to beat them when they have Trace McSorley and Barkley and they're balling that year. That's when I need the guru and all that to step up. I need you to beat Wisconsin this year when they're good. Not last year when they're having a down year and they've got one of the worst quarterbacks in the Big Ten. You don't get points for that. They was bad. Oh, we beat Wisconsin. They were bad. I'm gonna be 100. They was bad. Penn State was bad last year. I need you to beat Notre Dame when Notre Dame went to the playoff last year, undefeated. That's when I need you to beat them. I don't need you to beat these teams. See, people see we beat Wisconsin, Penn State, we beat Notre Dame, whatever. And then you got to look at what their record is at the end of the year. If they done lost 4 or 5 games, they weren't that good. So we beat a bad team. And that'll be when Don Brown just destroys them and they have like 7-10 points or something. They were bad. But we might catch them before we knew how bad they were, but it's still the same. They're a bad team. I was hoping Don Brown, top daddy, I was hoping Don Brown would go get that job. But who is that? OSU, was it OSU's defensive coordinator is going he's going to Boston College. So it's not if with him going there, he's not going. Don Brown would have to be an assistant. So he's probably not going there now because exactly Jeff Hafley, I don't know how you say it, but he's the head coach and he's the defensive coordinator. So he's gonna run the defense. He's gonna run the defense. He ain't gonna. If Don Brown was to go there now, I'd be shocked. You think Top Daddy says 38-35? 38-35 against you think so? I don't know. But then again, they don't have Tua. So that's our chance, is for us to pressure him, to get pressure on him and make him make some bonehead mistakes like Auburn did. Auburn, what did he throw? 2 pick sixes against them? So if we can get something like that, make him beat us. The problem is we got those little D linemen. So if Saban being Saban, he might just try to, okay, I'm just gonna run it down their throat and then play action off of it. I'm not gonna try to have him beat us. So we would have to stop the run to force their backup to beat us. I don't know if we can stop the run though. We don't have big D tackles. Mark Dudley, exactly. I mean, if you're not in a big conference, if you're not in a Power 5 or something like that, and Don Brown can work in it, like let's say Memphis was to pick up Don Brown, he might run that league because Memphis has a lot of talent. Memphis has got quite a bit of talent. They don't have Power 5 regular type talent. They're gonna get beat like Penn State did them. But for the AAC, Don Brown could probably do pretty good out in that conference. But when you play in Penn State, Wisconsin, maybe Minnesota might be good now. Notre Dame and Ohio State, Iowa. You need a real defensive scheme. You need a regular defensive scheme. Not I'm trying to get extra speed on the field. You in the Big Ten, bro. You need 4 down linemen. You need 3 linebackers. I'm not talking about no converted. If you convert somebody to a linebacker, they got to be a dog. They got to be a Jabril Peppers type, a dog. I need three real linebackers. That's 6'2". That's 6 foot to 6'3", 6'4", 240 pounds to 200 and almost 60 pounds. Real linebackers. Simple. I don't like the Viper. You bringing that dude up here. You bringing him up to the line. So now you got 2 linebackers in the middle. So this side, let's say he's on the Viper is on the left side. You already gonna give up I might just run it right because I know you done overloaded this side. Even if this is my weak side, I might still run it over here because you overloaded that side. Then you got Hudson who don't keep contained. He just act like he forgot the rules of his job. Oh, I'm on the outside. I got to contain. He just running upfield or coming around the corner. Bro, you got contained. What are you doing? Mark Dudley says, even though I love Khalid and have his jersey, I'm just being real, bro. Like Khalid disappointed me. Seniors, juniors, I expect you to lead and do your job. Lose and contain, bad angles, all that type of stuff, offsides on 4th down when they about to punt, all that stuff. Those are I expect McGrone and Dax Hill to make mistakes like that because they're freshmen, first-year starters, or sophomores. I expect them to make. I can't take when juniors and seniors make bonehead mistakes. I hate it. I can't stand that. Johnson said, "Look at Clemson with all sorts of blitz scheme." Yep, Clemson runs a lot of blitzes, but they run a lot of zones also. So you can't just You can't just throw the ball up when somebody's running the zone. You seeing ghosts. You thought you saw something, but guess what? You saw me picking the ball off. When you're running man, it ain't hard to figure it out. Okay, they blitzing, they in the man. He's got a DB is on him, a safety is on him, a safety is on this running back, a safety is on this wide receiver. Guess what? If I'm going at this safety and this safety, because I got a mismatch. It ain't hard to figure out. Give offensive line, give me 3 seconds. Pick this up and we celebrating, y'all. Pick this up. This is 6. We done caught him. We knew right what we practiced. We practiced against that blitz. Here it is, y'all. Let's go. 6. It ain't hard to figure out. Man, is it hard? When you saw Clemson run that man blitz, touchdown. OSU did them like us. Touchdown. It's not hard to figure out. It's basic football. Now, if you got dogs out there that's just super elite, but OSU has got elite talent, so you can have an elite DB. If I just beat you to the inside, touchdown. It ain't hard to beat no man. That man is not what you want to run when you going against elite talent. It's just not smart. It's dumb. Nate Kingston, what's up? What's going on? Lulu said only 20 likes. What's up? Like the video, y'all. Y'all watching? Like the video. Just click that. Click. I know it's harder to get. Just. Let's see. Why are y'all fighting on this man's talk? I haven't even been noticing it. Honestly, I haven't even been noticing it. I've been over here ranting. I ain't even been noticing it. What is happening? Now you got me reading it. I'm trying to figure out what's going on too. Yeah, they is in here arguing. Our defense has been small and slow since Lloyd Carr left. Rich Rod set our program back 15 years. I wouldn't just say that. If I want to be 100 about it, and we talked about this before, Brady Hoke brought 2016. Those were Hoke's recruits. That when the 2016 year was over, we set a record for drafted players. I think Bama and us hold that record now with 11 players drafted. So those are all Hoke's players. So Hoke brought the defensive players back. Dudes like Rashawn and Jabril. Hoke brought a lot of good players. Jordan Lewis, Taco Charlton, Monet, Mo Hurst. Like, the problem is Don Brown, and I hate to keep harping on him, but he did a lot of this, y'all. Don Brown wanted quicker players. He wants fast, and so he thinks you need smaller, slimmer players. So he wanted smaller D tackles, slimmer D tackles. That's what he wanted. So now we're left with Kemp at D tackle. We got Dwumfor at D tackle. These dudes are 285, 295 at the most. When you got other teams with D tackles that are 310, 315, 320. I think LSU got a dude, he about 330 pounds at D tackle. So that's just the difference. Don Brown wanted to, he wants to get speed and do all this. No, some things in football don't change. That's like saying I want a smaller. I think Rich Rod went to that. I want quicker offensive linemen. Some things you don't change. You want big slobber knocker offensive linemen and D tackles. You need them 320, 25 pounders, especially in the Big Ten. You need them dudes. That's it in any conference. You need 315, 320. You need at least one dude in the middle like that, and then a dude beside him that's 295, 300 pounds also. If not two dudes that are 310, 315. You ain't running it up the middle, dog. You ain't running it up the middle. You might bust a play, but you consistently thinking you finna run it, it's not finna happen with these big monsters. Good luck, because you ain't finna run it on us. That's what you have to have. Let's see. Appreciate the super chat, John Tillison. He says, I agree. Clemson runs a good D, and their scheme is way more complicated than Brown's. Facts. Don Brown's scheme is just it's basic. It's just, I don't care if you playing Madden and somebody keep blitzing you, man blitzing you. It only takes a certain amount of time to figure it out. And this isn't like a video game or something where you're playing somebody you've never seen or played against. There's so much film on you, Don Brown, now. You're not surprising people or anything like, oh, he was at Boston College. What's he going to do at Michigan? No, you've been at Michigan for what, 3-4 years? They know what you're going to do, bro. They know you finna man blitz. They know it's going to be 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15, and you're going to try to man blitz. Guess what? We're going to pick it up, and we're going to score a touchdown. If not, pick up the first down. At least pick up the first down. 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20. Teams are never supposed to get those on you. But we give up those plays. I remember against Penn State, he was doing it. 3rd and 19 and 2nd and 19 and stuff. He man blitzing. What are you doing? Run a zone, bro. They're not going to get all them yards. You helping them get the yards. Just dumb. Big Brother says the Viper position is an excuse for being undersized. I mean, you can think that, bro, but that's his scheme. That's his scheme, bro. We have prototypical linebackers. We have them. We have linebackers that are prototypical size. He just runs. That's his scheme, bro. He runs that scheme, the Viper. That's him. So you might be right, but I think that's just his scheme, bro. Because we have prototypical linebackers. We have him. He's been running the scheme for way too long. Otis Wingo says Hudson regressed. Really thought he was going to be a star. He did regress. He did regress. I think also he got too big and lost some of his athleticism. Trying to put on weight to play a position he's not designed to play. Like he's too little to be a linebacker. Honestly, he's too little. Let's see. Exactly. He used it with Jabril. That's the year it worked best. When you had a freak of nature DB, a dude like that, it'll work. We don't got that. Jabril had top talent, 5-star. We ain't got that, dude. Now, if you want to try to put like Dax Hill there, but putting a player like that there, it's a waste to me. Because a dude like Dax, once he gets in the weight room, he's got a full year under his belt in the weight room, and he knows the speed of the game. He's going to be a ball hawk back there at safety. So that's whether you got a DB, a running back trying to take it 60 or something, or you got a wide receiver trying to go deep. It's going to be hard to get behind him. Just like if he had Jabril deep all the time playing deep safety, it would have been hard to get behind him. So I feel like I feel like that Viper, like Jabril was great at it, but I felt like it wasted some talent. But at that time, we had tons of talent everywhere. So it really didn't matter too much because we had so much talent at that time. Jeff Fisher? Nate Kingston says Jeff Fisher be the next. I never thought about that. Jeff Fisher is a good coach, though. He's a good defensive coordinator. That's a fact. Big Brother says, I'd like DJ Durkin back, but honestly, DJ Durkin had them boys playing lights out. But they say DJ Durkin is hard on the players in practice and stuff like that. Honestly, it'd be hard to bring him back after he let that player die on his watch. I don't know what y'all arguing about. Exactly. Jabril was a beast. And I hate people try to this is actually a Jabril shirt I got from the Nike clearance store. I hate how people try to kill him. Jabril was a beast. In the run, football is about no hesitation. You see it, boom. Not thinking or any of that. You run a screen, run a stretch play to Jabril's side. He shot out of a cannon. He's finna blow that play up. Shot out of a cannon. Michigan State, when Michigan State was trying to come back on that fourth down, Jabril made that stop. Stopped dude in his tracks. Took the 2-point conversion. Against Ohio State, got a pick. I wish he would have took it back. That might have sealed the game because Spate fumbled it a few plays later. But Jabril made plays. You can say what you want about him. Dude made plays on special teams, offense, defense, everything. He just made plays. Dude was a baller. And he took home all the hardware that year. He took home about 4 trophies. Big Brother says, we are barely a 500 team on the road with Harbaugh. We will be 9-3 with losses at Washington, Minnesota, and OSU at best next year. You might be right. But I can't, and this goes on Harbaugh, but it's hard to say what we would be with this scheme. Because I don't talk about Harbaugh getting fired because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen right now. So it ain't no point in me talking about it. Don Brown can be fired. You can fire him and fix that. Because I want to see us, okay, Gaddis is looking good right now. He's looking like a good hire. Don Brown is not looking like a good hire right now. Get him out of here. Let's get a good defensive coordinator with a good scheme that's not a gimmick. Okay, now let's see what we can do with a good offensive coordinator, a good defensive coordinator. We have them both. We haven't had them both at the same time, really. Mark Dudley says, Michigan should never lose to Minnesota, period, in football. Bro, Minnesota looking like they building something right now. Like they got something right now. I bet Penn State was saying the same thing. Minnesota looking like they got something, bro. Like they got a little squad building. I don't know how many of those players are juniors and seniors and will be back next year. But for this year, they had something. But, we'll see. Watch some 5-star QB 2020 for Michigan commit. They say in the 2021 commit is J.J. McCarthy. Everybody keeps talking about this dude. I saw him. He's just kind of small. Matthew Broadbeck says Peppers was Heisman to you guys only. It wasn't to you guys only. This is what I don't like about people. I'm not speaking in Michigan speculation. I'm speaking in fact. He went to the Heisman. He was a Heisman finalist. That's not Michigan making it up. That's just a fact. He went to he went to the he was a finalist. Michigan only has a couple players that vote for the Heisman. That's just he was a beast. That's just what it was. That's not Michigan. Oh, he was a Heisman to us. No, he was just a baller. That's just a fact, bro. Let's see. Spate was the best QB under Harbaugh until his collarbone. I don't know about that, bro. Jake Rudock was a beast. Once Jake Rudock got down Jed Fish system, he was killing people. I think he's the last one to throw for 400 yards is Jake Rudock. He was killing teams once he got the system down, besides OSU. Dre 408. What's going on, bro? Let's see. Yeah, JJ McCarthy, he can throw it. I watched some highlights because people kept telling me about him. He can throw it. I'm just not sure how big he is. I like prototypical 6'4", 6'5" type dudes, Tom Brady types. You know what I'm saying? Not just as far as height. I mean, if you're mobile, and that's just a plus. Honestly, in college, you need a dual threat. Make the defense, force the defense to have to account for the quarterback. Papa Watts says, I still think Cameron Grone will be the next Devin Bush or Peppers. Dude is a beast. Dude is a beast. I said that once I watched him a couple games. He's a beast. I definitely expect him to be just as good as both of those dudes. As far Peppers just did everything, but as far as Devin Bush, I see him to be just as good, maybe even better than him. That I see that. That's what I see when I watch him. Like, he has that potential to me. Let's see. No Regret says, I'm concerned now that our D tackles will fold against Bama. Dormford isn't playing? Oh, I didn't know Dormford wasn't playing. We in trouble. Well, we've had a long time to practice, so let's see. Mozzie Smith or Chris Hinton will probably be playing. If Don Brown tries to run a 3-3-5, they're gonna drop 50 on us real fast. I'm gonna be honest. If he tries to run the 3-3-5, since we don't have a real defensive tackle to come in, it's gonna get ugly real quick. Hopefully, he's got Mozzie Smith or Chris Hinton ready to play, and they can get in there. I think that was Chris Hinton that got in and was doing. He did a couple nice plays against OSU, but he's not that big either. He's about 290, 295. He's not one of them big D tackles. He might be listed at 300, but from what I know, players kind of just say what they weigh. They don't just. It's not a factual type weight. They just kind of tell them what they weigh because their weight fluctuates so much from practicing and weightlifting and all that. Tally says Penn State picked up the Minnesota OC. That's how you know that Min was doing something great. Yep. When you start losing your coordinators, that's how you know that you had something going. That's a fact. All right, dude. I done had enough of you in here. Let's see. Todd B says there's a reason OSU accepted McCord instead of McCarthy. Is McCarthy mobile? I didn't really see him running like that. And then, OSU's system is set for mobile quarterbacks, but they will adjust. Just like with Haskins. Haskins was slightly mobile. He'd run when he had to, but he was a pocket passer. And they adjusted. You fit your scheme for the players you have. You don't try to fit your players into your scheme. If that makes sense. You want to set your players up to do what they do best. If I got a bunch of corners that are great at running zone, I'm not going to force them to run a man blitz scheme. That's stupid. And don't be surprised if they get exposed. If I got wide receivers that are good at going deep, I'm not going to try to make them run underneath routes all the time. If you great at running deep, I'm going to run you deep. If you great at running underneath routes, slants, and dig routes, I'm going to run you on that. Set your players up to be successful. And if you just do that, your job will be a lot simpler. You'll win games because your players will be maximized. Just like a team like Bama. Most of the players on Bama, by the time they leave, Saban has maximized their potential. That's why some of them go to the league and they bust, because Saban has sucked every last drop of potential out of them. He can't even get much better. You know what I'm saying? You get players that go to the NFL and they continue to get better. A lot of their players, they don't get better. A lot of them, they end up being bust because they done got every last drop of potential squeezed out of them already. Fred James says, does Ryan Day's cheeks get redder after a win or a loss? Okay. I don't know. Nate Kingston says 425. 425. It really don't matter what we go to. If we go to 4 defensive linemen, if we don't have two big dudes in there, and Dwumfor was about the biggest, we just gotta hope that Chris Hinton or Mozzie Smith comes in and they can, because Kemp is a DN. Kemp is DN size. So you're gonna have Kemp with either Mozzie or Chris Hinton in the middle. If they were smart, I'd use Hutchinson because he's a bigger type dude. What's Hutchinson? 6'6", 290? With all that height comes a lot of strength. Tall dudes are strong. So it's just not looking good. It's just not looking good. I'm gonna be real with it. No regrets. Drew Brees is only 6 foot. I'm not saying that you can't be successful as a short quarterback. What I'm saying is I like big dudes. I like tall quarterbacks, 6'5", 6'6", because they can see over the line. They're gonna be hard to tackle because he's just big. That's just what I like. But you can be successful at 6'2". He might be 6'2" or 6'3" and ball out when he comes here. That's just what I like. I like 6'5", 6'4", them big dudes. Dudes that are back there shrugging dudes off like, get off me. You too little. I like them type of dudes. That's just me, though. Dre says Chris Hinton played MSU and OSU. He 305. Yeah, but what I'm saying about those weights, bro, it's not an exact weight. Like I know he's about that weight, either 295 to 305 in there. I don't doubt it, but they haven't. Will he be ready? He should be ready. All these practices took Don Brown long enough to have him ready, but even then, you got a young dude starting now This might be his first actual start because he got in at the end of those games. I know for sure. And OSU, we were just getting decimated, so he just started throwing dudes in there. So this will be his first start, and you going against Alabama with these big slobber knockers, offensive linemen, with Kemp next to you, who's about 290, 285. He's a DN. So it just don't look good. I've wanted him to play Chris Hinton and Mozzie Smith all year. Once I realized what we had at defensive tackle, you need to put them young boys in. But I guess they're trying to redshirt Mozzie Smith, but he still should be able to play. Lulu says I need my glasses for Christmas. I'm gonna get some glasses because I'm tired of y'all getting on me about them. I'm gonna go get my glasses. Yeah, I had to delete him. He was getting me. I usually let OSU fans talk y'all, have y'all little chatter, but at a certain point it gets old. Ty B says McCord is a pocket passer. So even if he's a pocket passer, they're gonna adjust Ryan Day gonna adjust his scheme to make him be successful. That's what you gotta do. Yeah, exactly, Laurent. Play to their strengths. When you try to fit players into positions and fit them into your scheme, force them into your scheme, it makes your job harder. See what he does best. You watching him in practice, you know what he does best. So if it's a big position like quarterback, especially at quarterback, running back, certain positions, you got to find out what they do best and build your offense around it, especially at quarterback. And if you don't have a stud running back we just going to run it all the time, you just play action, you best find out what he does best and build your offense around it. Blue Rose, I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds good. I like it. Who do I have tonight, the Seahawks or the 49ers? I don't even know. This ought to be a good one, 49ers and Seahawks, because 49ers done built up a squad. All those certain players are leaders. And even at DB, like you got Sherman, got that defense, anchoring that defense, helping them. I mean, they got a great defensive line, but you still need leaders in that back end. Them dudes that were on that Seattle team that won the Super Bowl, them some leaders. Like that defense had so many leaders with Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, who retired. Shout out to Cam. He was a monster, knocking dudes out. Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, like the Brandon Browner. He got a ring with New England after he left. Like that team, Pete Carroll built a defense full of leaders, man. And them dudes done broke up, and Wagner's still in Seattle leading. Sherman's in San Francisco leading. Earl Thomas is in Baltimore leading. Like them dudes are some real leaders. But as far as that, honestly, I don't know. I don't know. San Francisco is tough. That running game and everything. The only thing I don't like about San Francisco is Garoppolo. Garoppolo is he's here and there. Like he might keep them from winning a championship or getting to the next level because he'll miss a lot of throws that aren't good. You need a good quarterback in the playoffs. Your quarterback is gonna have to win games. You ain't gonna be able to just run it down everybody's throat. Your quarterback is gonna have to win some games. So If I had to pick, I would say Seattle. But with the 49ers defensive line, but with Bosa and them boys, it's gonna be tough sledding. Like this ought to be a hell of a game. NFL playoffs gonna be good this year. I'm ready for the NFL playoffs. What'd you say, Mark Dudley? I need to start building my coaching resume up. Yeah, I need to. I done spent a lot of nights. Some of y'all, I used to, before I made YouTube, I used to get so frustrated about it. I think it was the year Devin Gardner, we got destroyed by Michigan State. I wrote a paper like I was at school. I wrote it on my phone. I was so frustrated and wanted to vent. I wrote like a 3-page paper about what was wrong with the team. I just wrote it just to vent to myself. I ain't posted nowhere or anything, I don't think. I just wrote a long piece about everything wrong with the team, all that stuff, and just so their passion. I'm passionate about this stuff in football. I didn't watch too much of it. Then played video games. Video games, you can learn a lot of schemes and stuff. Like people that haven't played football, they try to teach them. They can give them video games because you can learn a lot from playing video games. NFL, college football, whatever, because you have to learn the schemes. If you're good, you learn the schemes. Nate Kingston say you playing Battlefront. Why you ain't on Modern Warfare? I be on that Modern Warfare with Shoot House and what's that other level they just added. Now or never. Michigan has a chance if they set the tone on defense. Hit, bring the wood. Yeah, and we don't hit. One thing I gotta say about OSU last night, woo, them boys was hitting. Them first couple quarters, them boys was hitting and tackling. You talking about tackling, not missing tackles, and lowering that boom. Man, them boys was hitting. I can't do nothing but shout them out because them boys was hitting. That hit he put on, even the hit he put on Trevor Lawrence, just the pop. I was like, ooh, them boys is hitting. They was OSU be laying the wood. They was laying that wood last night, and they was trying to set the tone. What's up, Gooch? They was trying to set the tone, and they did. Honestly, Dobbins got them the lead, but he kind of screwed them out that game. But they still had chances to win. But subscribe, like, subscribe. Roll Tide, world. Wow. Sorry, not happening. It's gonna be hard to do that. We don't have that many. We don't have that many hitters on our defense. To just be real, Cam will lay that wood. Dax will lay that wood sometimes, and I'll say what's his name. Well, let me see. I got Aiden will lay that wood. Aiden Hutchinson will lay that wood. Cam McGrone will lay the wood, Dax sometimes, and Metellus sometimes. We got a few, but we don't just got dudes out there, the corners, everybody hitting. That's why I wanted a dude like Jamarick Woods to start at safety. Maybe even play Viper sometime because they say he was the hardest hitter on the team almost. You need dudes like that to hit, especially when you're trying to run an undersized defense. You need some headhunters out there. I couldn't do nothing but take my hat off to OSU because them boys came out and they was hitting. Special teams, somebody got laid out. I was like, oh, these boys out here hitting. I couldn't even do nothing but just take my hat off. Me and Pops, but we both picked Clemson. But after watching OSU for about a quarter, we were like, these boys out there hitting, running it down their throat. All right, Clemson. Then Clemson, the tide changed. But them boys was hitting, tackling. I like that. Big Brother says, I agree. Jimmy G is not a threat if you stop the 49ers run. Facts. Jimmy G going to hold them back. They might have to decide because they're going to have a small window this year, next year, and maybe just this year, next year to try to get a Super Bowl out of this team. Because sometimes these squads and that chance to get that Super Bowl, it don't last long. So they might have this year, next year, and maybe one more year. So they might have to decide, is this guy going to be that good? Yeah, Brick Brother shipment. That shipment board on Modern Warfare is crazy. It's insane. But I got that AK up real quick on that. Everybody's leveling up real fast. Tally says, who would you like as the Michigan defensive coordinator? That is an absolute genius. Or ultimate chess player. If I was to want somebody at the defense, honestly, I want Clemson's Brent Venables. I think that's how you say his last name. But I want Clemson's defensive coordinator. That's who I want. Dude is smart. Will run man, zone blitz. So he will still do some of the stuff we do, but he ain't gonna be stupid enough to run man and stuff. Like, I want him. That's who I honestly want. But I've seen people saying Charlie Strong. We need to get Charlie Strong. Or I've heard Ron Rivera. He's a good defensive coordinator also. It's some good ones out there, but will Harbaugh do the hard thing that he don't want to do and fire his friend? Because they just seem to be crazy about each other. DK says, look, bro, it's only 5 teams that recruit and develop top players. We saw 3 yesterday. I don't know about you might be right, but I don't know, bro. Developing players, if you're not just getting top talent every year like a Bama or OSU, you're going to get the chance when you have a senior-led, junior-led team to maybe go undefeated, have 1 loss, sneak in the playoff, like Notre Dame. That's the great example. Notre Dame will get a senior-led team or might have a star like Manti Te'o getting 120-some tackles leading the team, and they will maximize that, and they will go undefeated. They'll get trounced in the championship or in the playoff, but they make it. So you're gonna have every team. I don't care if you Minnesota, whoever, when you have a team full of juniors and seniors, you should be good. Because these dudes, they've seen it all. If you've been starting since you're a freshman, sophomore, by the time you're a junior and senior, you should know how to play football at a high level and not make mistakes. So that being said, when you have a team like that, you have to maximize that team and go undefeated or have 1 loss or something. It's possible. But if you don't maximize that, because years like that can change the culture. Even if you don't change the culture, every couple years, every 3 years, you should have a team full of juniors and seniors, and you should go 1 loss or undefeated. That's what I need to see. Don't have a slip up against Iowa away. Don't have a slip up against Wisconsin or whoever. Go undefeated and maybe lose to OSU. This is the thing about us. Let's say we go undefeated through the regular season and we lose to OSU. We barely lose to OSU. Let's say we lose to OSU 35-31 or 32-35, and they beat us, but we beat everybody else on our schedule. We will get in the playoff. We will get in the playoff because our schedule is always good. and we will have lost to OSU is always undefeated or has one loss. So we're going to lose. We would end up losing to a top team that's probably in the top 5. They're going to put us in. So we don't even have to, technically, we don't even have to beat them to get where we want to be. I've been thinking about this. We don't even have to beat them to get where we want to be, which is the playoff. Yeah, I want to beat OSU, but I want to go to the playoff. So we technically don't even have to beat them. We just have to make it a close game and beat everybody else. We can't even do that. We can't even get to make the game close. We got Don Brown. He can't even make the game close no more. Let's see. Jason Garrett for DC. I don't think so. DK says, bro, we ain't touching OSU for a while. Development way past UM for now. They got dogs and turned them into werewolves. You might be right, but Don Brown don't give us a chance, bro. That's the problem. Don Brown don't give us a chance. What did they punt? Once, twice? They would have punted maybe twice. You don't get a chance when what they score? 14 points each quarter? That don't give you a chance, bro. You should force somebody to punt 3, maybe 4 times a game. That ain't even a lot. That man ain't giving us a chance against them. His scheme is so trash that they own him now. They know what he's gonna do. And the players are getting nervous now, and it's making them look worse than they are. Players are so nervous and get hyped for this game, and you in them man defenses, and they just getting exposed, bro. You can't run that defense against them. You can't do that. What you want to do? Third and 12. Man blitz. They pick up. No, what was it? 3rd and 19. Man blitz. They pick up 40. They pick up 40 or 45. Third and 9 or 10. You go straight man. Cam McGrone gets freaked by Dobbins. He picks up about 12, 13. They know what you're gonna do. They know what you're gonna do. You're gonna blitz. OSU has got talent, but our defensive coordinator, they reading him like a book. They reading him like a book. It's like playing a little kid that's 3 foot tall in basketball, and you playing serious. Every time you try to shoot, you beating it. That's how they doing his defense. They do his defense just like that. Okay, now you on offense. Dunk. 2-hand slam. I still got a tag back here. 2-hand slam. Yeah. Dobbins actually dunked on Metellus. That's what's sad. He actually dunked on him. And he pushes him. Your scheme is trash, bro. That's like I can't get on the players all the way because that scheme is so bad. OSU knows everything they want to do. It's a wrap. You gave up 62 and 56. That's trash. Your biggest rival, you giving up 56 2 years in a row. I'll take the 62 off because one of them was a blocked punt and they took it to the house. So you give up 56 both years. In the last 2 years, you trash. Your scheme is trash. Them dudes ain't just forgot how to play football. What happened is Ryan Day is reading you like a book. Okay, 3rd down, he's gonna blitz this guy. I'm gonna have a safety on him. Okay, this time, okay, I got a deep guy right here. He's going to be on a safety. Okay. They're overloaded on this side. I'll run Dobbins around the edge. Okay. Hey, guys. And they did some stuff that was so clinical that it's laughable. They getting up to the line, look to the sideline. We still looking. They hiked the ball real quick. Boy, they did it to Clemson too. Then Clemson didn't fall for it anymore. But stuff like that, it's coaching clinic. You're getting out coached. Ryan Day reading you like a book. He was doing Clemson like that too at first, though. But Clemson adjusted. Adjustments. What's your adjustments? See, Don Brown don't got an adjustment. 3rd and long, he gonna blitz. You can best believe 3rd and long, he finna man blitz. He can't help himself. It's like I can't wait. Okay, we got him. Yes. 3rd and 15. Dial it up. I'm blitzing. Here it comes. And then set, hut. There it goes. Touchdown. It was 3rd and 12. There it goes. 15, 16 yards. First down. That scheme is trash. He don't fool them no more. They know what he's doing. That's why he has to go. Like I can't emphasize on that. You ain't gonna know you're not gonna know how good our defensive players really are until he leaves with that scheme. It's just the truth. You're not gonna know how good they really are, how good they can be against OSU, because they know Ryan Day reading him like a book, a kid's book. He ain't reading The Art of War. He reading Don Brown like the Cat in the Hat. Exactly, DK. And hopefully Gaddis is looking like he's got it going somewhat. So hopefully you got Milton, you got Dylan, who have been in the system. Okay, they'll have a year under their belt with Gaddis. They'll have an off season under their belt with Gaddis. So hopefully they know what to do. They should be running that offense well. Gaddis should know what they do well, what they don't do well, what should be ran by that next year. But the thing that made me mad that Harbaugh did, and I don't know, this kind of boggled my mind, but it really made me mad that he was doing this. When he kept Shea against MSU and Indiana and didn't put Joe or Dylan in those blowouts, I hated that. Why are you doing that, bro? Let them dudes get some reps. Them dudes practice just as hard as Shea. They deserve to get on that field and get some reps. Y'all, you riding with this dude like I'm gonna get him records and play him the whole game. I'm talking about the whole game. We blowing them out and you still got him in there. He done threw a pick at the end of the MSU game. He's still throwing. What are you doing? Get him out of here. We might got 5 touchdowns and you still got him in the game. We up 30. Let them young dudes get in and get some reps. They will be the quarterbacks next year. Let them get some reps. Oh, but then when we do get a blowout, you let them come in and they handed it off all the time. Let them throw it. You got Shea in the game. He's still throwing it. We up 30. With 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, we up 30. He's still throwing it. But then you put Dylan in and Joe in blowouts, and they handing it off. They get one throw every now and then. Get out of here. Let them young dudes eat. You setting your and things like that. You setting yourself up to fail, because next year they'll be the starters with minimal reps under their belt, because when they do get in the game, They're glorified. They're just handing it off. Lula said the Don Brown voices. Oh boy. What's wrong with you, Gooch? My dog over here whining. Let's see. Only way Don Brown should be allowed to stay is if the defense was revamped with star talent and that didn't or isn't happening. Bucks have figured him out. Yeah, that's just the thing. They done figured him out. Like, it ain't no surprise. Like, if you have the same amount of talent as us, then Don Brown, it might be a close game, kind of like the Penn State game. They got similar talent as us. Kind of. Yeah, okay, they do. OSU has more talent than us. And they have great coaching. Ball game, 50, 56, 62. It's just simple. I don't see how you can defend him. He done gave up too many. They know what he wants to do. Shit. Penn State, Wisconsin, everybody knows what he wants to do. Notre Dame. Even last year, Notre Dame came to Michigan in the rain this year, and they didn't get off the bus. So I ain't even gonna talk about this year. But last year, Notre Dame, they knew what we wanted to do. Like, we're gonna be running man, Wimbush catching us in man single coverage, or he's running it up the middle. Oh, then he take off. Because we in a man. Nobody's watching the quarterback. So the they know Don Brown's scheme. It's everybody knows it. It's just, do you have enough talent? Do you have equal talent or more talent? If you have just equal talent, you can shred his defense. Yeah, I appreciate the love, Carl. Yeah, we need a coaching change. Harbaugh, I just stopped talking about him getting fired because it ain't finna happen. So I don't want to waste my breath. So that's why I talk about Don Brown, because he can be fired. He should be fired. I just stopped wasting my breath on Harbaugh. For real, big brother. I was waiting on those games, Indiana, all our games. I was waiting for us to blow them out so I could get a look at Dylan and Joe and some meaningful snaps, trying to throw it downfield. Oh, but they don't. When they do get in, it's like Harbaugh waits till there's one, maybe two drives left in the game when we've been blowing the team out, and then he puts them in, and then they hand it off most of the time. But then we blowing out Michigan State, we blowing out Indiana, and you leave Shea in for the whole game. The whole game. Like, as just even if I didn't want to see them, just as a player, like what are you doing, coach? Why you don't want to see me shine, coach? Like what's really good? I know I'm the backup, bro, but we up 30. What are you doing? Let me get some reps. Like, Gucci, be quiet. All that whining. Always Ohio State 14 says you hurt. Yeah, that was a hard one because y'all, just to be real, OSU was the better team last night. OSU has a better team than Clemson. From top to bottom, their team is better than theirs. Dobbins killed y'all. He was carrying y'all, but he dropped that pass, and then he dropped that screen. That screen was about to be a touchdown. That was 6. And then once he got hurt and taped that ankle, he never really came back the same. And Clemson had adjusted. But y'all still had a chance to win. It was just miscommunications. Dre says, if our offense next year is not doing what LSU did last night, shut the whole program down. Who have better players, us or MSU? Because it's not in talent with us. It's a DC and fight and want is the two is the reason we lose in the OSU. Exactly. D'Antonio would get talent and maximize it. And then he's not running a gimmicky scheme. He's running he would run a lot of man, but it's not a gimmick man blitz defense. It's more of it's just a man up. You're just manning. You're just manning up. He's not blitzing too much, but he would blitz. But our Don Brown's whole scheme is based around man blitzing. MSU would do a lot of man, but they'll switch it up and run zone too. But they would coach up those players, 3 stars, and turn them into 4 or 5 at the end of the day. So it can be done, but it ain't gonna be done with Don Brown. That's just a fact. He's been exposed too much. We got better players than MSU. MSU has, at this point, they've taken a step back. Now that we've taken a step back to where we were, they've taken a step back to where they kind of were. But D'Antonio, he did what he had to do. He went to a playoff, went to BCS, good BCS games, Roll Bowls. He's won Big Ten championships. He's done what we want. I want to get to the playoffs so bad. I don't care if we get there and we lose to Notre Dame. Let one of the games be in Florida. I will be there, or Atlanta, somewhere close. I will be there. I want to go to the playoffs so bad. I promise you, that's where I want to go. Win the Big Ten or whatever. I want to go to the playoff and be on that prime time where everybody's watching. Hopefully we wouldn't get destroyed. But even so, all the hype up to the game, we got a chance. we got a chance. I just want to be there. I want to get to that playoff. Something meaningful. Big Ten championship. Move, Gucci. Since Michigan is so rich, what's the downside of us offering like Nick Saban or Dabo Swinney a 20-a-year contract? The problem is those coaches have built up those. Clemson was nothing. When Dabo came to Clemson, they were nothing. He's built them up to power. They're a power. I ain't finna leave this. Yeah, it's more money, but can I build it? Because just like same with Nick Saban. Okay, Bama wasn't all that. They were like where we were before he got there. He done built them up to so much to where he's a god in Alabama. He's a god. He's a legend. Do I want to leave that? Do I want to leave that to try to build up Michigan? Can I build up Michigan? We don't even offer online classes. Half of these dudes is taking online classes at all these schools. We don't even offer online classes. What are we doing? Y'all don't want to win. Hey, you better offer these dudes some online classes. Let them take online classes. It's hard enough for them with practice, school, weightlifting, making sure you eat right. It's hard enough for these student athletes. Let them take some online classes. Doggone Michigan be killing me. When you find out some of this stuff, it lets you know why we don't get some of these top recruits. It lets you know why Chris Evans is off the team and was cheating. He could have been taking an online class. That's what most of these dudes are doing. They're taking online classes. The fact that we're the only team that doesn't have online classes. That's ridiculous. It's 2019, man. Come on. Y'all act like y'all don't want to win. The university, they're just happy with money. They just happy with money. We're in the top 3 in revenue. I don't know. We're good. Point being, me wearing a shirt, but I got this at the clearance store. Y'all ain't gonna get my regular wholesale money. Y'all ain't gonna get my full retail price money until we make the playoff for the Big Ten championship. Clearance store. I think I paid like $7, $8 for this shirt. K. Jazar says, how do you feel about the OSU loss? Do you feel better as a Michigan fan, or were you hoping they would win for better reputation for the Big Ten? Honestly, normally I go with the Big Ten, like winning for the Big Ten or that kind of stuff. This year I was kind of over everything. I really didn't care. Like I thought Clemson would win, but when the game started, after the first quarter, I thought OSU was about to blow them out. But it really didn't. It didn't mean nothing to me. I was drained. After we lost to OSU, I was drained. That's kind of why I didn't do videos. After I did those couple lives, I kind of fell back because I was just drained. I was just drained the fact that we got drubbed like that against OSU and stuff. So it didn't matter to me. The playoff, if the person I'm riding with for the playoff and that I want to see winning is Joe Burrow. That dude is a beast. I like to see good football. A dude balling or showing heart. Joe Burrow is just balling. And a dude like Trevor Lawrence, he's showing heart. Trevor Lawrence was showing heart. Me and my pops were like, he gonna get knocked out of this game. He gonna get knocked out of this game. He just kept running and getting popped. Boom. He getting back up. He get knocked out of the game. He come back, taking it 70, galloping, freak to safety. I was like, this dude is a beast. Done freak the safety out his shoes, pick up your ankles, you on a highlight film. He did you bad. But he freaked y'all safety, then did a jump cut. I'm like, are you serious? This dude is galloping up the sideline. Trevor Lawrence got some heart. Now that's heart right there. I was impressed with him. So, yeah, but the playoff, I'm just with. I like Joe. Dude is a beast. And besides that, I'm a Michigan fan, diehard Michigan, born bred Michigan, all that. I somewhat like LSU because they had Les Miles. So, I messed with LSU, Les Miles. He got cheated that one year when he had the Honey Badger and all them, and they beat Bama, and then they had to play him again in the championship, and they lost to him. Like, how is that fair? Like, oh, we already beat them, and we got to play them again in the championship. They beat us, and they're the champion, but yet we both have one loss to each other. That don't even make sense. How are they the champion? But they cheated Les Miles out of that, I felt like. But so I kind of like LSU somewhat. But that's how I became to like LSU somewhat. And LSU just plays defense hard. I like hard-nosed defensive teams. Well, they're normally a hard-nosed defensive team. The defense isn't where it usually is, but Joe Burrow is just balling. Like, he's ridiculous. Mark Dudley, yeah, that might be a downside with the prestige of Michigan education. It is. But you got to get with the times. We're the only Power 5 school that don't offer online classes. Come on, man. The only school that makes sense. It makes sense. Kites 2008 says cheapskate. Yeah, I'm cheap. You call me cheap. It don't hurt my feelings. My pocket is fat. Some cheapskate. Yeah. Nike clearance store in Memphis. It's only a couple of them in the country. Nike clearance store is one in Memphis because they got a bunch of Nike factories, the actual Nike warehouses. So they have, like, I could have got Clemson shirts, all that Clemson, Alabama, Citrus Bowl, all these type of shirts. They have them in there 20% off, and they already marked down because it's the clearance store. So yeah, I copped me Peppers. I got me a Woodson one. I should have got that Brady one too. They had a Tom Brady one too. Hey, you don't hurt my feelings calling me a cheapskate. Y'all, that's all they care about is revenue, and I done bought some full price stuff. So don't get at me like that. John Tillotson, LSU has a huge defensive line. Yeah, that's a fact. I was talking about that earlier. Some of them dudes, they got a couple 350. I think one of them dudes 350, I think. Let's see. DK, Trevor ran the spread in high school, plus he got a rocket arm, sophomore. Pissing me off because we won't bring in a freshman like that. That's true. He's a beast. Both of them. Fields is a beast. You had two sophomores going at it. Two sophomore quarterbacks going at it. One already got a championship. That's just crazy. Mark Dudley, LSU had their star wideout, Jamar Chase, playing secondary last night against Oklahoma. That's crazy. LSU is looking like a machine. They got that feel of a team of destiny type thing. And honestly, I don't think Clemson can hang with them. Trevor Lawrence got heart, but it's gonna be tough to keep up with that. What Joe is doing. And Clemson couldn't really get a pass rush on Ohio State. They had to blitz to get a pass rush. Because sometimes Fields had all day back there to throw. They could not get a good pass rush. So honestly, OSU would have probably gave us a better championship game. I feel like Clemson is gonna get their doors knocked off by LSU. I believe LSU gonna blow their doors off. I think Dobbins and Fields and all that star-studded talent with OSU would have probably gave us a good game. They would have been able to, keep it closer. But I think LSU is gonna kick Clemson butt. Yes, if we play LSU, if they were petty like Harbaugh did MSU in Indiana and kept Joe Burrow in, he might score 15 touchdowns. And I don't want to hear that's ridiculous. He scored 8 and still had plenty of time. After you down a certain amount, these players they gonna quit. Once you down 40 and it's still early in the third quarter, they done quit. So you just keep throwing it. They gonna start quitting. So yeah, if we were to play LSU right now, they might almost score 100 on us. That's a fact. Let's see. Big Brother says Harbaugh is still without a true signature win or upset because he gets his signature wins against a team that we think is good, and then by the end of the season they got like 3-4 losses, so it don't look like we thought it was. You know what I'm saying? So he might beat Wisconsin and Penn State last year, and then they got 3, 4, 5 losses. So it don't mean nothing. Same with Michigan State's. Notre Dame this year. How many losses did Notre Dame end up with? 3? I know they lost to Georgia. They lost to us. Or did they just end up with 2 losses? But Notre Dame didn't even get off the bus in on Ann Arbor, so it just didn't. And nobody believes they're that good. So, but he's got to get his signature win needs to be OSU when they're ranked high in the top 5 or something. That's what it needs to be. Yeah, we're gonna lose players. Stuff like that. Even what he did in against Michigan State and Indiana. If I was a player, I would have been looking at Harbaugh. I would have been giving him the evil eye. Like, oh, good game and high five and that. I would have been looking at him like, high five, boy, I'll smack you. I'll smack you. That's what I'm talking about, some high five. Nigga, I high five if you would have put me in the game when we was up 30 or 40. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I ain't staying around and you doing petty stuff like this. Yeah, them penalties killed y'all. Ohio State 14. They killed y'all. That roughing the punter, that targeting, yeah, and then the targeting. They shouldn't make them players leave the game. That's the big thing. Because you giving up 15 yards and then you losing a starter that's a good if not great player. So it's a double edged. Like, come on, okay, give him the penalty. If he gets 2 targeting, then it should be an ejection. But the 1 targeting, they shouldn't get ejected for 1 targeting. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like I said, cheapskate. Okay, so Notre Dame had 2 losses. But we didn't get no at the time we got some respect from beating them. But after we got drubbed by Ohio State, it was like nobody cared. So we got some love for beating them at the time, but we were at home. So Harbaugh has to get that big road win also. Because he hasn't had a big time road win. Every time Penn State, the last 3-4 years we played Penn State, who's ever at home wins. So I think, is it like that with Wisconsin too lately? So Harbaugh's great at home. Have I seen anything on Blake Corum yet? I haven't watched any of his highlights. Or did I? No, that was that quarterback that we got late. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check him out. I'm hearing he's fast. I'm hearing he's real fast. So I'm gonna have to check him out, bro. That's facts. 2020, we could go be undefeated going into the OSU game. But we have to, if we don't get our doors blown off against OSU, we can still have some even if we lose to them. It's just the fact that we lose so bad to them. It's like, okay, these guys are frauds. They're frauds. They are who we thought they were. Yeah, you're right. We have to have the right guys at each position if we want to win on the road. What's up, Trill City? What's going on? Yeah, you're right. We do have to have the right players, but the scheme until we and this is how I feel. Until we get rid of Don Brown, we're gonna lose 2 games a year at least. Because we're gonna face somebody that has more talent than us at wide receiver. They have better wide receivers than our DBs, and they have a quarterback that's not afraid to make those tough throws, and we're gonna get lit up. It's like every year we play the Big Ten, the best teams in the Big Ten. It's like we don't never get a break from that. Like every year we got Penn State, Wisconsin, OSU, the Michigan State. Every year. Then we got Washington next year. They might not be that good, but still. Yeah, those Clemson DBs are big. And that's what we had. We used to have big corners. We used to have bigger corners. If we could magically have Jim Harbaugh in Stanford versus the Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, who would win? Jim Harbaugh in Stanford gonna win because he had Andrew Luck. Yeah, Andrew Luck. So they gonna win. You got that freaking nature. Yeah, Sean Clifford, he made the plays. And he got Hamler. So they on the same page. I know Don Brown is about to blitz. Give me 2.5 seconds. Touchdown. I ain't looking forward to him. I'm not looking forward to him because was he a sophomore? Or is he even younger than that? We're gonna have to face him. He only gonna get better. Unless he's like Lewerke and Hornibrook and just regress like unbelievably. But normally players get better and they don't regress like those two did. Lewerke and Hornibrook just fell off cliffs almost. DJ Durkin I like DJ Durkin, but after he let that dude die on his watch, and when the stuff came out about how hard he is in practice and about the players on the players, it's going. I wouldn't mind him being back, but he brings too much baggage. Nate King said, "What overall you think Dax is in NCAA football video game size?" What overall you think Dax is in NCAA? I don't know. He probably at 80. I used to be on that NCAA football. When you get a dude like that and you prepare them, and then they are freshmen and they've been highly recruited. They usually like an 82, maybe 85 at the most. But they usually like if they that highly touted, they're like an 82, 81, or an 80 on the game. I used to be on that game, bro. It ain't even funny how much I used to play that NCAA. Mark Dudley says Chris Evans is coming back, so why would Charbonnet get any significant PT? They're two different players. I don't expect Chris. When you take a year off from playing sports at a high level, you don't get better. That's for one. Two, Charbonnet should be better from being in the weight room and being on campus, being in the system. Charbonnet is going to get better. And he's a power back. And he's money around the red zone. He going to get you a touchdown. So, with that being said, Evans is a pass it to him out the backfield. You get it to him on the backfield, throw screens to him. They play two different types of games. And honestly, we need a back like Evans because Chris Turner, he can't seem to hold on to the ball, or he can't pick up a block. So we need a dude like Evans. I'm just not sure how good Evans is going to be when he comes back. You say you want to punch the committee for having us playing Bama. It's all about money. They know Michigan and Bama are blue blood, so they're going to have the game going to be packed. Trio City says we got to start passing on some of those 3 stars if they aren't linemen. I mean, at the end of the day, it's just like they got to feel those. They got to feel those. Get those. They got to sign somebody. So after they seen they ain't getting them 4 stars, they got to sign somebody. So they just start picking up dudes. Let's see. Big brother, yeah, he's a speed back. Evans brings something we don't have as a speed back. Hopefully he hasn't lost too much speed from not playing at a high level. You know what I'm saying? Practicing and stuff, all that stuff. When you're not playing, you don't get better. You just don't. Your agility usually takes a hit. Your speed usually takes a hit. And some of the things you were good at you're not as good because you're not at practice competing against dudes at a high level. You doing drills and stuff is not the same as being at practice every day and having coaching on top of you all the time, being in the system, knowing, okay, I got to pick up these blocks. Okay, this is how I need to run a route out the backfield to be successful. Little things like that. You know what I'm saying? So Chris Evans, he gonna have a lot to learn and to get on the same page. But I'm sure he can do it. I just hope he hasn't. We'll see. Exactly. Michigan versus Bama equals ratings. Michigan, we get highly ratings anyway because we got fans that love us and we got fans that hate us, or just college football fans that hate us. They gonna watch. Mark Dudley says, "What do you think about Tariq?" Honestly, if Tariq goes to the right system, I think he gonna have some good years because he got 2 years left. So if he goes to the right system, I think he's gonna do good. I like Tariq. He was actually my favorite wide receiver. He didn't do much this year, but because I like him. He's been through a lot. So he's been through a lot with those injuries and stuff and been trying to come back. You can say he quit, whatever. Who knows? But he gonna get his chance. I wish him the best, honestly, because I like Tariq. Trio says Don Brown should have played close attention to Clemson neutralizing that no huddle. Don Brown ain't paying attention to nothing but are they in 3rd and long so I can blitz? I just want to blitz, man. I run man blitz and that's it. DK says Tariq should have been left. DPJ and Nico should have gone to other schools too. Michigan don't do crap with the best receiver class 2017. Yeah, I mean, honestly, besides those last 3 games, you're right. They ain't do nothing. But hopefully it'll carry over, even though Shea will be gone. Dudes will Dylan and Joe will be in the system. Hopefully they can continue on this and be throwing it and getting yardage. Let's see. Trail City says Don Brown is who I thought he was. Too old. Yeah, you're right about that. Too old and stubborn. And subscribe. If you ain't on here and you ain't subscribed, subscribe. I appreciate it, Lulu. And hit the like. Brad says, I think Gaddis will thrive more next year with the season under his belt. I do too. Because it took him a while to see what he had to go to. They said he had to go to the players, Shea and Nico and them boys, and ask them what do they feel comfortable running? What do they run best? What plays do they like? And then after he did that, it started clicking for real. First time head offensive coordinator. He gonna have some. So next year, you need to, Joe, what do you like? Dylan, what do you like to run? What do you think? What's your best plays that you think you run to perfection? Yeah, LSU and them boys, what you got out there is a quarterback who trusts his arm and trusts his receivers to where the DB can be right here. He don't care. He trusts his receiver. He trusts his receiver is going to make a play on that ball. So DB right on his shoulder, man to man, great coverage. He throwing that ball up and they making plays. Boom. DB right here, he catching it over him. DB right here, he catching it around him. He don't care. And that's the thing. And that's why you can't, I say with Don Brown, you can't run that man all game, whatever, because great quarterbacks, they don't care that you got good coverage or great coverage. I can fit it in, and my receiver is better than your DB. I'm throwing it up. What you gonna do about it? But doing this after you see he done caught it. Dang, I was right there. Man, like we give a damn. You right there. Yeah, I'm right in the end zone on you too. Stephen Cherry, are you mad? Don't take it out on us because you lost, because y'all lost. Don't come on here trying to take it out on us because y'all lost. What's wrong with you, Steven? Get out of here. Come on here trying to take it out on us. Let's see. Trill says if Gaddis has Joe in next season, he can have his most potential. Milton get us to the playoffs, and McCaffrey can get us to the normal prediction, New Year's 6. That's a fact, bro. And we've been talking about this all year. If you've been watching my stuff and listening, Joe's got that ceiling. Joe's got the highest ceiling. Joe's got that ceiling of Deshaun Watson, Vince Young, Cam Newton. He's got that type of ceiling. If you can maximize what he does best, figure out what he does best, develop the offense around it, what he does best, and rock with it. You can't teach nobody to throw that ball 70 yards with the flick of their wrist. You can't teach that. You can't teach a quarterback to be 6'5" and 260 and athletic. You can't teach that. You can't teach this stuff. It's just like when you see Shea in the game getting snagged by his shirt and going down off a little baby tackle or something. That ain't finna happen with Joe. Joe ain't finna go down like that. He too big. You're gonna have to come grown man to get him down. And I like Dylan, but I don't think anybody, if Dylan wins the job, thinks he's gonna be healthy. Gonna make it through the year because he runs the ball and he don't know how to get down. So I don't think anybody thinks Dylan will make it through the year. Anthony Lewis says there isn't a defense Joe Burrow can't read. That's a fact. Dude is something serious. I don't care if it's a blitz. If it's a blitz, he knows his check downs. He might make the first blitz or miss and then hit you downfield, hit you in the flat. He knows when it's flat, needs to just get it to let me just get it to the running back in the flat. I don't need to do nothing and try to do too much. No, I got a beast at running back. Let me get it to him early. The blitz is coming. Let me get it to him. Downfield, dude is a monster. Dude is a beast, man. Like, I'm just glad to see somebody balling like that. I like to see players just all of a sudden it click. It just click and I'm just destroying you. Trail City says we need our QB ready for game 1 against Washington. That's a fact. Harbaugh, don't come into this. Don't come a week before the game and we might play 2 quarterbacks. I don't know. You need to be finding out who the starter is. You need to be finding out who that starter is. All right. Me personally, I would just go with Joe. I'm going with that Joe. I'm going with that big black dude with a cannon. I'm going with him. Nothing personal, but dude is a beast. I just don't see Dylan. He too frail. He too skinny. You're too skinny. Just like last night. Trevor Lawrence. He's got a frame similar to Dylan's, but he's muscular. Dylan is just lean. He's just lean and skinny. If Dylan was starting that game last night against OSU, they would have knocked him out of that game for sure. He would have been in concussion protocol right now. Right now, he would be in concussion protocol. So unless Dylan puts on a good 20 pounds of muscle in his upper body, even if he wins the job, I don't know how long he's going to last. Anthony Lewis says LSU defense is better than people think. That's a fact. People think they ain't got the defense. They do. LSU keep a defense. But when you got an offense as potent as that, scoring so much, you're going to give up some points. How did I like the college football, the playoff games? I liked it, especially that OSU game. Besides the fact that OSU lost, that was a hell of a game. That was good football. That was hidden. That was that was us getting to see the heart of a champion. And Trevor Lawrence ain't no joke. OSU was pounding him like, all right, you're going to quit. You're going to give up. He wouldn't give up. Get on my back. Get on my back for it. All right, y'all, get on my back. Yeah, they pounding me. They hitting me in the mouth. I don't care. Get on my back. Galloping. I'm like, whoa. I didn't know he had that in him. Then hit him with the okie doke and the jump cut too. Sunshine, that's sunshine for real. That's remember the Titans sunshine for real. Let's get on my back, bro. We ain't losing. That's what I'm talking about. We not losing today. Get on my back. ETN, you got my back? You with me? Well, let's go. We ain't finna lose. They messed up. They should have blew us out early. They done gave us hope. Now get on my back. Get on my back. I got you. We ain't going out. We ain't going out today. Get on my back. That's belief. That's making your whole team believe we can win. We play like garbage most of the first half. Get on my back. I'm gonna show believe in me. That's what we missing. We got people that love Shea. This is the difference between Trevor Lawrence and Shea. That's the difference. Shea is gonna make a bonehead play, unforced or forced. It don't matter. You can count on him to make a bonehead play. Intentional grounding. He'll be trying to get away from a sack and intentional grounding. Loss of down. Loss of about 10, 15 yards. Shea is going to make the bonehead plays to lose the game, especially if it's in a game like that, like last night. Margin for error is so small. That's the difference. That's what we're missing. Shea can play good, but he ain't that. He ain't on no Fields, no Trevor Lawrence, no Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Tua, dudes like that. Get on my back. I got us. Get on my back. Yeah, this is a shootout. I don't care. I got the bullets. That's the difference. And so when people say, what do y'all see in Joe? We see that. We see a dude that looks the part like he could be a Cam Newton, a Vince Young, a Deshaun Watson. That's what we see. Shit, a Trevor Lawrence. Well, he ain't got the arm talent like Trevor, but you get what I'm saying. That I'm that dude. Get on my back. We ain't losing today. Nate, I'm about to get off of here anyway in a second, Nate, because it won't record after 2 hours, I don't think. Philip Bama putting up at least 50. I wouldn't be surprised. That's what I'm saying, Mark Dudley. Shea, I learned this, and I started thinking about it early in the year. Shea is he's kind of just watch Shea's interviews. He don't look like no starting quarterback. He don't look the part, and you hear him talking, you like, oh, okay, he the quarterback. Shea almost looked like he ain't even supposed to be on the team. But it's not even how he looks, even somewhat how he looks, but the way he talks. He don't even sound like a leader, like boy, I'm gonna follow him. He sound like he just that dude. He don't even sound like he's a leader, a general, a leader of men. He don't even sound like a quarterback type. That quarterback, and you hear this a lot in the NFL, is when he comes into the room. When the quarterback comes into the room, everybody's eyes are on him. When Shea come in the room, you'll be like, you ain't even gonna notice him. But this ain't my words. This is what the NFL, and that's just the type of dude he is. Big brother, he's soft spoken. He's real soft spoken. Like he don't even seem confident in himself when you hear him talk a lot. Like he don't even talk like he's that confident. And then when he go out there, he make unforced mistakes. You could say it's a correlation or it's not. I think it is. I expect him to make those mistakes because once I see you do something 2-3 times, then at that point I'm just like, that's who you are. Once you're gonna get 2 times to get away with something with me. After that 3rd time, okay, that's who you are. You gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make freshman, sophomore mistakes, even though you're a senior. You're gonna make unforced mistakes. You're gonna throw the ball intentional ground, and you're gonna try a left-handed pass, and you're gonna do crazy stuff. You're gonna have your coach scratching his head. That's you. Fred Jameson says he plays 3rd base. Yeah, I'm ready for him to go because I want to see what Joe and Dylan can really do. Now I ain't see that they went to the college World Series, college baseball World Series, and went to the finals. Exactly, John Tillotson, Joe Cardale Jones. We forgot about little Cardale. Took OSU to their last championship. He won it. 3rd string. Went from 3rd string to winning the championship. Cardale was a beast. You talking about a beast. He was crucial third downs and stuff. He running it. You ain't tackling. 250, 260, that's a lot to try to tackle, especially when it build up a head of steam. Daniel says Oklahoma is overrated. They play in a weak conference, doesn't have other top 10s. Also, they don't deliver in the playoffs when they play a top 10 team. That's because they're in the Big 12. They don't play any defense out there. Like all those teams in the Big 12, their defense is so trash. Like their defenses out there are so trash. It almost boggles my mind how bad their defenses are. Like, how do you not get a good defensive coordinator? Like Lincoln Riley, you're supposed to be find the best defensive coordinator. You at Oklahoma, you got plenty of money. Like, we got to get this fixed because I'm bringing great offensive scheme. I got a great offensive scheme. I just have defense. Like, how have you not got yourself a defensive coordinator, bro? Cardale was a beast. And just like that, okay, Cardale. Urban lost faith and went back to JT Barrett. JT Barrett's ceiling isn't as high as Cardale's because JT isn't that fast. He's fast. He's somewhat fast against certain teams, but his arm talent wasn't as good as his arm talent wasn't as high as Cardale, and he wasn't a freak of nature. What was Cardale? 6'5", 250, 260. Like, okay, good luck tackling me when you have to. So his upside, his ceiling was higher than JT's. When JT go against a elite talent, bro, you ain't that fast. You ain't that fast. Where you think you going? Get over here. You can't pick us apart because you can't throw that well. So now you got to run. And you ain't outrunning me. We got elite talent over here. Get your back here, boy. Where you going? Who you thought you was playing? So they should have kept with Cardale because Cardale, ain't know where you going with Cardale. It's, oh, God. Dang. Why they start playing him? Where he come from? Got my whole left side. My whole left side done went numb. Messing with Cardale, trying to tackle him. Then he had that arm talent. That doggone Cardale was something serious. JT was living behind that line. Yeah, he was a runner, though. He couldn't throw worth nothing. Even though he had some good passing games sometimes. Yep, they won a championship with Cardale running that ball because you couldn't tackle him. Cardale was running over linebackers getting first downs, like crucial first down to keep drives going and kill the clock and stuff. He running over linebackers where they can't tackle him. That's something serious when you got your quarterback punishing linebackers. Just like Cam Newton that year they went to the Super Bowl. He was running over linebackers, punishing linebackers like, what's up? DK, stop thinking about next season, bro. When the offseason come, bro, I had to digress, and I was tired, and I had to let it go. Now I'm back. I'm ready for the season. Joe, Dylan, we gonna be straight. They've been in the system. I don't want to hear no excuses. We gonna be back until we lose. Then I'm coming for everybody's head again, and the cycle continues. But once the once the season is over, and I didn't, okay, this is what this year was. Okay, it's almost over. Now it's a new year. It's a new year. Dylan or Joe might turn into Joe Burrow. You never know. Don't say it can't happen. It can. Didn't nobody think Joe was gonna be this? I don't need Joe. I need you to be Vince Young. That's fine. I'll take that. I just need you to not be able to be tackled. When it counts the most, you can't tackle him. Like Cardale or Vince Young. When it counts the most, you can't tackle me. What you gonna do? Yeah, I'm gonna fake like I'm finna pass. You know what's coming. I'm about to run. You can't tackle me. Vince Young used to be killing me. Vince Young was just unbelievable. Like, he did us that 2006. He did us like that. No, was that 2006? That was 2005. I don't know what year it was, but it was 2005, one of them years. And then he did USC the same way in the championship game the next year. And he said he was going to do it. Trill City, yeah. Haskins changed them OSU offense to air raid, and they went behind him. They knew what they had. Let's change it up. Do what he does best. Big brother said the team. Well, I'd give anything to go talk to the team before they going out and playing OSU or somebody. I'd give anything to do that. Let's see. Boy, if you think the Big 12 better than the Big 10, you crazy. You don't play no defense. Y'all don't play no defense. Y'all have Oklahoma, and that's it. And when they play elite teams, they get shredded. Y'all don't play no defense. So we play defense, so we gonna stop y'all sometimes. Y'all defenses are so bad that teams don't even have to punt. Y'all just so trash. And then y'all offenses look better than they are because y'all play trash defenses all year. Do I respect Nebraska? I mean, I got some respect for him, but honestly, I thought Taylor Martinez would be killing folks about now. But he's still young. So it might click for him and they might get a good team around him. It might be from recruit, it might be coaching, or it might just be a senior or junior led team. But I wouldn't be surprised if one of them years, either next year or the year after, that Nebraska has a squad. I wouldn't be surprised. Because Taylor Martinez, he's got all the talent, but he be doing some bonehead stuff. He might have a little Shea in him, even though he's more talented than Shea. He might have a little Shea in him with that bonehead stuff. He be doing some bonehead stuff. Daniel, if I was the Michigan coach, players that probably hate me because I'd have those games running in loops. I'd have those games running in loops. And the thing that I would do, because Michigan, like, they have like pads and stuff that they work on, the push pads, and they'll have like Notre Dame, they'll have the big game coming up, Michigan State, Penn State, whoever it is, the big game. I'm focusing on OSU as a total. Because if you can beat and compete with OSU, you can beat anybody in the Big Ten. It's simple as that. I don't have to worry about Penn State. We beat them every other year. Wisconsin every other year. We don't beat OSU. They trounce us. The goal is to beat them, because if you beat them, you can run the Big Ten. That's the goal. If you take care of your business against OSU, everything will fall into place. Everything. They the last game of the year. So it's hard to look ahead the second and third and fourth and fifth game of the year. I'm looking ahead to OSU. They're a long way away. You practice and you get ready for them. Honestly, if this is what I would really do. I'm building, and as far as the team, not just practice facility stuff and all that, I'm building my team to beat them. Everything I'm doing for my team, I'm building it to beat OSU. It's like the NFL. If you're in the Patriots division or whatever, what am I building a team to beat Miami, or just building a team? No, I have to build a team to beat New England. They're the champs. They go to the championship almost every year. I have to build a team to beat them. So I'm building my team to beat OSU. That's what I'm building it for. Everything focuses around them. Then everything else will fall into place. If you can play with them and beat them consistently, you'll be going to the Big Ten championship. You'll be going to playoffs. You'll be winning big games. So everything has to revolve around them. If you smart, that's what you would do. See, Harbaugh is letting Don Brown do what he wants to do, and they done figured him out now. So now it's just they off to the races. Soon as the ball kick, they off to the races. And it ain't finna get better. Fields is still there next year. We're gonna have to deal with Fields again. So everything has to revolve around them. Everything has to revolve around beating mobile quarterbacks. Everything has to revolve around their schemes, how to beat them. What did they do, and what do we want to do to stop them? What do we have to do to score on them? Everything has to revolve around them. Then everything will fall into place. All your goals go through them. So why would I focus on anybody else? Ain't nobody beating them consistently. So what's the point of focusing on them? And Harbaugh, sometimes he just wants to build his team his way. No, I'm building my team to beat Ohio State. And then we'll see where we're at. Christopher Mount, how can we beat them when they have better players? I don't know. How was Michigan State beating them? Michigan State was beating them when they had better players. It's coaching. When you don't have better players, it's about coaching and scheme and staying fundamentally sound. When you don't have better players, that's when coaching has to be put to the forefront. It's that simple. If it wasn't the case, then teams would never lose. Teams that are higher ranked with more talent would never lose. The difference is coaching. Because while Ohio State was a powerhouse, Michigan State was beating them, going to Rose Bowls, going to playoffs. Michigan State has done it. D'Antonio can coach. He can coach. Let's be real. People might want to talk about him, whatever. Dude can coach. Kurt Ferentz, Iowa, he can coach. He'll beat him. It's about coaching. See, the problem is, and I'm about to get off of here in a second, but it's Don Brown, y'all. He got us losing, and some of y'all believe in him. That's why y'all like, how can we beat them when they have so much talent? How can we beat them? His scheme is trash. He's given up 56 the last 2 years. They don't fear him. They know how to expose him. Don Brown don't give us a chance in that game. They know what he's going to do before he does it. He don't give us a chance. He getting out-coached so bad in that game that it looked like a little kid trying to coach against somebody that's an NFL coach or something. A high school coach against an NFL coach. That's what it looks like. Am I lying? Don Brown looked like he in the high school. Ryan Day looked like he in the NFL. Tell me I'm making it up. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Coaching makes up for less talent. That's just what it is. We're not that. OSU has good talent, great talent. We have talent, but Don Brown's scheme is a gimmick, and OSU and these OSU, Penn State, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, all these good schools that have good coaches. Okay. Don Brown's doing this. Oh, he's got Michigan in the top 5, top 10. Okay. They sit down, and these top schools, these top programs with good assistants and stuff, they got dudes watching you all year. All they do is watch you. So, okay, Michigan game's coming up. Let's put on the film. What does Don Brown do? Oh, he's still doing that man blitz. Oh, okay. He's still doing that. Okay. I know it. We can go off the same game plan as last year and still destroy him. We already know what he's going to do. Oh, okay, he added in a couple zones, but he really don't run them too much. Okay, I got him. And then he get destroyed. Like that's just what it is, y'all. You can't talk about the players being that far behind when you running a scheme that has been exposed. They know what you do. You can't. The only time you can do what he wants to do, you're gonna have to have Earl Thomas, Jalen Ramsey. You're gonna need the top NFL players to do what he wants to do, and even they gonna get beat because it's just a dumb scheme. It's just dumb. I'm sorry if y'all like dude or whatever. That's just what it is. Bro. His scheme is so dumb that they know what it is. They know what it is. They know how to beat it. So it makes us look like we're less talented than we really are. He don't give you a chance. Brian Emerson, who are you a fan of? OSU or Penn State? Are you a Penn State fan? Trio, I mean, that helps. That helps that they don't play him the last game of the year, but they not overlooking Penn State or Michigan State, especially not them years back then, because Michigan State was hitting people in the mouth. They were playing hard-nosed Big Ten football, hit you in the mouth on defense, run the ball, and my quarterback gonna make enough plays for me to win. They wasn't overlooking them, especially back then, because we were down. So, man, OSU, they rival, but they respect them. Let's believe they respect them. And I know OSU fan, we don't respect nobody. I'm talking about the coaches. Big D says maybe this is Michigan's ceiling. This ain't our ceiling. This ain't. I can't. This and I said this earlier. This can't be our ceiling because we got a garbage defensive coordinator. Until we have a good offensive coordinator, which it looks like we have now with Gaddis. Okay. Until we have a real defensive coordinator, I can't say this our ceiling. Now, if we had DJ Durkin maybe still, and we were still doing what we're doing with a good defense, good offense, and then we're still the same 9-3, then I can say, okay, maybe this is our ceiling. I can't say that because Don Brown garbage. I'm sorry. You can't come on here and say nothing. Whatever you say, I don't want to hear it. He garbage. That scheme garbage. Like ain't nothing you can say about his scheme and us reaching potential with him as the defensive coordinator. I done gave him too many chances. I done watched too much of his film. I done watched him get destroyed against good teams with speed and talent. It's him. I'm sorry. I can't. We ain't reaching nothing. We ain't gonna reach no potential until he gone. He don't know what he doing. He predictable. He predictable. They know what he want to do. They know how to beat him. Until he gone, we're gonna lose 2 games for sure a year. Because it's gonna be 2 teams that's more talented than us on offense. And they gonna light him up. Yeah, we ain't getting until Don Brown fired Trill, we ain't gonna get the most out of our defense. We ain't gonna get the most out of them. They're gonna build up. They're gonna build up top 10 stats against garbage teams, Tennessee State and these sorry teams and bad Michigan State teams and bad Indiana teams, they're going to build up, Michigan's top 10 team. Then you're going to play Penn State with NFL talent, and they're going to score 50 on you. They're going to be doing stupid stuff like this while they score and stuff. That's what's going to be happening. That defense is trash. When the talent comes up, they get exposed. And I blame the players somewhat, but it's the scheme. The scheme is so trash and predictable if they know what you're gonna do. If I know what you're gonna do, it ain't hard for me to beat you. I don't care if it's basketball, football, any of that. If I know exactly what you want to do when times get tough, or if you got me down, it ain't hard to beat you. I know what you gonna do, bro. Ain't like you doing something special and everybody knows what you want to do. Ain't nothing special when they know what you want to do. Them folks, they having a field day on you. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of this dude. Dallas Schwartz. Where is he at? I guess I'm about to get off of here. Y'all got me talking too much about Don Brown. Y'all making my when I start talking about Don Brown too much, you make my head hurt because I can't stand it. It's trash. Every year we get top 10 defense, top 10, top 10. And then we get destroyed by OSU, and whoever has a good top 25 offense that's legit with some NFL players on it, we get lit up. Like it ain't nothing to understand. After I see something for a few games, it's fact to me. I done seen this for years. This ain't theory. This ain't a hypothesis. This ain't my hypothesis. This is a fact. He builds up on garbage teams, and you play talented teams, he gets exposed and lit up. It's a fact. That gimmick garbage scheme. Yeah, Trill City, Clemson killed it this year in recruiting. Clemson about to turn into Bama with recruiting. They've had a lot of recruiting classes right by ours. But they about to turn into Bama with recruiting, where they getting nothing but 5 stars and 4 stars. They about to hit that next level. They started with Deshaun, then what's the Kelly Bryant, and then for the 1 year, then Trevor took over for Kelly and won another championship. So they about to turn up. They about to be Bama. It's about to be Bama and Clemson like it's been. It's about to get worse. LSU might jump in there, but we got to see what LSU got after Joe, because Joe gonna be gone after this year. So it's about to be them too. It's gonna continue. Georgia is always around, but Georgia can never get it all the way going. But Georgia got plenty of talent. Man, Trill City, we do need to switch it up with the jersey. We got a bunch of fire alternates. Those all maize with the ones that we were in practice, I be seeing. And they wore them against Florida not too long ago. Those would be nice. All blue with the maize, with wear the blue pants. Those would be nice. They could come up with some hard alternate jerseys. Christopher Mount says, you cracking me up. Yeah, there's some nice jerseys. Bruce McGraw says Georgia is Michigan is South. I wish you could really say that, but they win more than we do. They actually made it to the playoff and the championship. They get more talent than we do. It's a lot of the talent is in the South. The best talent is in the South. That's just a fact. Georgia, Trevor Lawrence and Fields are both from Georgia. That'll just let you know right there. Blake Corum. I'm gonna check Blake Corum out, bro. And I'm gonna be going live more. I might go live during the championship. I don't know. So when I watch the game, I'll be having to focus because I don't like missing stuff. Exactly, Trio. Georgia be having that talent. Yeah, and even with Mark Richt used to have talented teams, and he could never get them over the hump. They'd always lose to Bama in the SEC championship. Like plenty of talented teams, he could never get them over the hump. You don't think Corum? We need a complete back. Like right now, if I was to take Chris Evans, Charbonnet, and Haskins and mold them together, I'd have a complete back. I'd have a dude that can score in the red zone, could take it 60, and can run in between the tackles with some nice vision. Honestly, with all three of them, I still wouldn't have no nice vision because them dudes be missing holes left and right. So Turner footwork, you know what I'm saying? I have to take all of our backs, True Wilson vision, maybe. I'd have to take all 5 or 6 of our backs to put him together to get a back like Dobbins or Jonathan Taylor. Those are complete backs that can block, catch out of the backfield, run inside the tackles, run outside, they can do all of it. That's what we're missing is a complete back, a Mike Hart. Even somebody like that who couldn't really take it 60, he might could take it 50, but he was complete. He didn't have to come off the field. That's what we're missing is a complete back. Yeah, J.K. Etienne is a beast. That boy is a beast too. J.K. is scary. If he wouldn't have got injured, and I think they went and shot him up in the locker room. If he wouldn't have got injured, OSU probably still would have won that game. Because once he got injured, it was kind of they never really were the same. Don Brown wants to blitz. Don Brown, he too stubborn. Mr. South Beach, I'm gonna talk about this and then I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Don Brown wants to man blitz. He wants to man blitz the Viper. That's what he wants to do. So it don't matter. He can get you in 3rd and long, and we're all sitting at home like, okay, run a zone. They punt, let them get like 10 yards or 5 yards, and then they punt. It's 3rd and 18, 19. This crazy dude, man blitzing. What are you doing? You man blitzing. Oh, they pick up 20 yards. Oh, they pick up 30 yards. What are you doing? He did it 2-3 times against Penn State. They picked it up. He did it against OSU. What are you doing, bro? With the 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, and you blitzing? What? So I'm done. Nah, Arnett Mosley. Nah, I've been talking about this for a long time. If you just got on here, nah. Michigan builds up on bad teams, bad and mediocre teams, bad MSU, bad what's that? Tennessee State. All those teams, they hold them to nothing, and they get no yards. Then they get lit up by these good teams. No, it's happened over the last 2-3 years. Don Brown beats up on bad teams. bad and mediocre teams with less talent. Then he gets lit up by the good ones. 56 the last 2 years. Just think about that. Well, I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe. As always, go Blue.